unto God. See, praise is a weapon of warfare. Praise is not just jumping around. He ya ya he ya ba 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 ba. That's not that. No, no. Praise is a form of warfare. It is when you go into war. It's when you're in a fight. It is not just that. It is not running around the church with your eyes closed and not hitting anybody talking about I'm praising the Lord. No, no, no. There's more to it than that. The praise tribe, the praise team, the praise people are the ones who's letting in discouragement and doubt from the inside. Now everybody else, the anger, the furiousness, the indignation that they were experiencing before up to verse 10 was on the outside, but now it is crept on the inside. When you're doing what God told you to do, there will be people on the outside, yes, that will oppose you. But very often there will be people on the inside who will come against you. And they will come against you because they're there on the scene. They're on the inside, but watch this, they don't understand the assignment that God has put on the leader. Just because somebody's there in your house, just because somebody's there in your church, just because somebody's there, a part of your congregation, does not mean they have hooked into the assignment that God has put on you as a leader and that church. Opposition will come from the inside. So you got to fight. Huh? Nehemiah said, we set up people to fight on the wall day and night. In other words, whenever the attack came, we were determined that we were going to be ready. And you got to stand on the wall, brothers and sisters, as a family, as a husband, as a wife, as parents. You've got to stand, hear me today, on the wall to protect your family and to protect everything that God has given you. I don't care when the attack comes. You got to be prepared all the time. You can't let your guard down. Day and night, you got to be doing what it is that God has assigned for you to do. Now, because they don't understand the assignment that's on your life and the assignment for your family, they are not assigned to go with you or your family. Some people, you've got to simply, hear me, leave them behind. I keep saying that because I've discovered that people care more about their friendship with their enemies than they do their relationship with God. Oh, yes. I believe that. Oh no, you believe it too. You've seen it because some of you looking at me right now, you have chosen your friendship with somebody else other than the assignment that God has given to you. Don't turn me off. Don't you do that. Don't you switch it. Hear me. I know I'm getting under your skin, but I've come today to agitate you and to kill a demon up in here as relates to fighting for your family. You're sacrificing your family on the altar of friendship with the enemy. That's what you're doing. And because they are there and they can't see where you're going, they're not intended to go with you. Abraham, back to Genesis chapter 12. When God told Abraham to move toward his blessing by faith, he told him, he said, listen, leave behind your kindred, leave behind the land that you are familiar with. You cannot get to where God wants you to go unless you leave somebody behind. Listen, everybody ain't going where you going. Huh? Everybody ain't going where they're going. Enjoy them while they're on the trip with you, but they're not going where you're going. Very often, since being in ministry and traveling throughout the country and even other countries, it's been my privilege to fly on planes. And sometimes we may have a layover or make a stop. Now, I don't like layovers and stops. Once I get up, get me up and back down. I don't like going up, then coming down, and then got to rest a while or sit a while, and then get back up to get to where I'm going. I've had to have 2 stops and up to 2 stops. Some places I've had to go. And I've learned that my seat assignment for different legs of the journey changes, or the person next to me, rather, may change. Like if I'm flying from Atlanta to, let's say from Philadelphia to Detroit. All right, sometimes I'll have to fly to Detroit to get to Atlanta instead of a straight non-stop flight. I will be sitting next to somebody from Philadelphia to Detroit. All right, but then when we get to Detroit, I may have an empty seat next to me, or somebody else may be sitting next to me, because whoever it was that was sitting next to me from Philadelphia to Detroit, they were not going to Atlanta. They got off. They were at their destination. They were at the end of their journey. So the person that started off with me in Philadelphia was not the person that ended up with me in Atlanta. What are you saying, preacher? What I'm saying is this, that oftentimes before you fulfill whatever it is that God would have you do in the earth, people that started with you may not finish with you. Have I got a witness here? They may not finish with you. And you've got to have the courage and the guts to exercise the ministry of separation. The ministry of separation. I didn't say you had to hate them. I didn't say you didn't have to love them. That's not what I said. I said there comes a time when you may have to separate because they are not a part of God's assignment for your life.